wonderful people of the internet, it's Shadows Girl 1920 here, and we are back on the Tree 7 server. So today we're going to be doing a bit more work on the cathedral. Now if you haven't seen it, and I understand it's a holiday weekend for the biggest chunk of my audience, but I've been busy, very busy. I did a big 15-minute time-lapse video because I was sick last week and lost my voice. So I did a big 15-minute time-lapse video showing off myself building up and decorating the second level of this, as well as the interior. The interior of the first layer is partially done, but essentially every time I was on the server working on this, I was recording it with the third-person account. So I put it all together into a big time-lapse. But yeah, I've managed to get all of the exterior details done. Once again, I'll leave the windows until I've done the interior decoration as well. But yeah, I think it's looking good. It's definitely coming along. But today, I think we're going to do the next level of flooring. We're going to elevate up our staircases a bit, maybe do some of the interior detailing, and we're going to put the roof on the two front towers because that's where they finish and they need their roofs on. But these towers will continue up a couple more levels off memory, and they will become the bell towers. So they're going to have open tops. And we're going to do some fun stuff with command blocks in them once we finally get to that level. And we're also going to be storing the parrots in there because I've been looking at the logistics of spawning bats and transporting them, and it's just something that's a little bit beyond my skill set. I cannot be bothered dealing with that, and bats are just annoying. What happened with my phone? Sorry about that. So, yeah. Now, I'm sorry if you can hear my heater as well. It's currently 0 degrees Celsius outside. We are expecting snow in the next couple of days. Actually, by the time this video comes out is when that cold front's expected to hit. Now, I live at sea level, so it's highly unlikely that we will get snow settling on the ground. But it happens once every 5 years or so. We get a good dump of snow that actually settles at sea level, and we're about due, so I won't be surprised if it happens. So yeah, TLDR, I am cold, the heater's on, sorry if you can hear it. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll get started on the roof. I just need to get some cobblestone fencing or cobblestone wall. And yeah, but if you haven't seen the time lapse of me doing all of this, and this is becoming an impressive thing to look up at from this level, go check that out. I'll link that up here. Just, I can't point in that direction because my face follows the camera. But yeah. Oh wow, guys. So I'm just sitting here admiring the view because this is intense. Yeah, this is going to be crazy, especially when I've got a whole town here. This down here obviously is going to be the town center. We're going to have some houses coming up the sides of the hills. It's going to be beautiful. Obviously, we have to get the cathedral finished first. We might even have some stuff coming out here. I'm thinking of making that the farming district out in the center of the hills there. Yeah, it's just, oh wow, we're going to have a lot of fun with the building this season. I'm not, oh gosh, because I'm so high up, we're having passive mobs spawning on the grass, and yeah, so now we've got a new sheep and 2 new cows. They will become food. But yeah, it's just, this is just such a great thing. And we're going to have a little port over there. And it's just, yeah. It's just going to be great. pretty much a lot of this forest is getting taken down. I'll probably end up putting up more free wood chests at some point. But yeah, back onto this. I keep getting distracted. I've looked it up and I know what we're doing now. So we're just following the shape of these circles that I've put in, and it's just got a nice gradient to make a peaked roof. So one block with stairs on top. Oh, push the wrong button. That was dangerous. And the stairs will be facing towards the back on these corner pieces. Yeah. No, I did go around to start off with. That's right. Ah, no. I always hate placing stairs in a circle. But yeah, so we go around like this, and we've gone one up with the stair on top, and then the next level will go two up, and then the next after that will go three up, and then we do that until we hit 5 levels high, and then we put the cobblestone wall cross on top, because of course cathedrals are a religious building, so they're generally adorned with crosses and other religious symbols. A lot of the time they would have gargoyles, but that's something that, because I'm building quite a small scale cathedral in the grand scheme of things for Minecraft, it's actually pretty hard to build a convincing enough gargoyle that can fit in a small enough space. So it's something we're not going to do. What on earth? I think it's that. Oh, that's right, because stairs, the backs of stairs connect with... Oh, I get it. No, not upside down. Come on, and there we go. And if I place that there, and then if I place that one, there we go. That's better. All right, so let me get the rest of these 2 roofs done, and I'll get back to you guys. Okay, guys, so that's the roofs done for this area. I'm starting to feel very happy about all of this. Come on, there we go. And we'll place that back there. I'm essentially keeping everything as lit up as possible due to the mobs. Now, all this level here is a bottom slab, so mobs can't spawn on any of this whatsoever down on that floor level. And same with down there, apart from around the windows, and I've got to do something about that. So, yeah. However, I'm trying to keep it as half slab as possible for most of the build. And this is just so that I can build as much as possible, and, well, not build, so I can keep it as dark as possible, very dark and gloomy looking, so that I can really get the effect of a cathedral, because I've always found them to be quite dark. Like, maybe it was just the Christchurch Cathedral that was very dark. And it's been a long time since I've been able to visit that, but we won't get into that. Yeah. So, we've got some new friends that have spawned because we were far enough away and with all the grass. But, yeah, it's definitely starting to come together. Now we do have another 3 levels to build, and it will be just a few blocks below build limit by the time we're done, at the very peak of the final tower. So yeah, that's going to be fun. Sorry if you can hear my cable rattling against my microphone. For some reason it wrapped around it, and when I moved my head it kind of twisted. Alright. But yeah, so let's stop stalling with the ums and yeahs. I've got to stop doing that. We'll put our bed back where it belongs before it gets dark, because right now if I die I'm going to end up in spawn. Not quite dark enough to sleep. But our next task is to build the next level of this, which is going to be the same dimensions, just up a level higher. And then it'll be the level after that where we'll get an actual roof over the first levels, just to really give it that impressive feeling of height when you're in here. And yeah, I think we're going to do a few random... Oh, someone else slept. We're going to do a few random bits of detail that I missed in the time lapse. So the stairwells, the details on the stairwells. There's actually a couple more archways that need to be in this section just to kind of break up the netherrack ceiling. So yeah, let me get myself sorted and we'll get on to all of that. Okay guys, so we've got all this set up and ready to go. I've taken out the spaces where the next pillars are going, essentially just so I can see where they're going. But yeah, now this should be a little bit more straightforward. These ones aren't quite as complex as the pillars on the floor below, but these ones don't have quite as much height either, because between this block and then the bottom block of the next level is only 5 blocks. I think with that one it was what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there is a little bit more detail to be had, and the arches are a lot more intricate and things like that. But I'm happy with what I've got going so far. So yeah. Yeah. I do. I remembered something. It's great. It's just one of these. And then this is where the next level starts. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around and I'm going to put all of this in now. And that way I should just be able to stand at ground level and build from top to bottom. So give me a couple of minutes and I'll get this all done. Alright, so the outline's done. So now we'll get back onto this and we should just be able to go like that. And then 2 of those and 1 of those. And then to create the arch, just because it's quite a low arch, we should just be able to do that, which is fantastic. And I know in my creative world that actually creates quite an impressive look with the additional arches above the main ones. So yeah, that should look quite good. Now at the ends here, I'm not worrying about dividing it up, simply because it doesn't divide up the same. And we have a strange number to work with, and it's quite hard to build an arch for. So just like that. Yeah, just like that. Which is enough for the ends. And yeah, so it works. So what I'll do is I'll get all of these in, and then I'll show you how I get the railings to look like that. Okay, so that's the archways done. I know I'm doing a lot of cut and jump type stuff, but yeah, I did a whole week of time lapse, and yeah, just the whole talking and building thing, still working on it, still kind of awkward, but I'm trying my best. Okay, but now we're on to the next fun part, which is just going around the edges and just with 2 walls and then a chiseled stone block, and that just, it creates that look, which I really like. It makes for some very interesting railings. And actually, with the way the floors are designed to sit, you can actually jump over the edge of it for when you feel the need. Obviously not something I'd suggest in a real cathedral, jumping over banisters, but you know, this is Minecraft. I am really getting off topic. Alright, now in the center here, we do this twice with the 2, and then we do 1, and then another 1, and then we go back to the 2. Ah, no. And that's just simply, as I said before, it's a weird number to be working with. But, yeah. And then when I'm done with this, so I'm already halfway done, but I just cap it off with stone slabs. And that creates the banister, which is quite cool. Like, it wouldn't work if we were doing like a flat level build, but because we're working at the half slab level for most of our floor levels, you can still look over these banisters, which are actually, you know, 2.5 blocks tall, which I'm liking. And it definitely just finishes it off, and it looks very ornate, which is what I'm after here. So yeah, I'll get the other half of this done, and then I think we'll move on to the stairs, because I haven't done the internal decorations on these walls, and they are going to end up jutting out an additional block. So planning out floor levels and things is just not something we're quite ready for. Okay guys, so I've had a look in the creative testing world, and now I've already done this during the time lapse of the previous video, or sometime around the time I was doing all that. I don't know if I got it on camera, but yeah, so the bottom level's already done, but we want to make these arches kind of flow on from the existing detail work in the walls. So essentially it's just a case of knocking a few blocks out on this side and just adding in some more detail. Just like that. And then here. Like, I didn't go too intense with the detail while I was doing the walls. I want the interior to have just a little bit less detail than the exterior, because otherwise I feel like that'd be too much. Like, in the end, I'm going to have a few banners in here. I've already got a banner designed up, and I'm going to have all of the decorations in the way of furniture and things like that. Like, this place will have enough going on inside it that we're not going to have too many issues. But yeah. So I'm just trying to keep the detail a little bit simpler in here. So, yeah. Now, I'm not sure how I feel about that centerpiece. I mean, it works around the windows, but for here, I don't know. I feel almost like we should do something a little more like this. No, I don't like that either. Because the walls aren't connecting up, I don't think it looks quite right. I think we'll just leave it as that. Otherwise the towers look like they're just going to fall to bits on us. Yeah. Alright, so I'll go get some more smooth stone slabs and then we'll start work on this tower. Okay guys, so we've got everything sorted to do our next level, our next tower. So what I'll do is I'll just build this up to the floor level-ish of the next level. And then we'll start putting this in. Now, what I'm doing here is at the bottom, because otherwise we get some weird things with the lighting, is I'm just putting down solid stone brick blocks for the first go round, essentially. I think if I have a look, yeah, I think as of that point, yeah. So I should be able to put these two back in. Cool. Because, yeah, once I reach this point, we stop getting the weird lighting glitches. Alright. Now what we need to do is I'll just bust out a wee hole there so I know what I'm doing. And then we're building it up we're carving it out 4 high. Placing in some stairs here. Yeah, just slabs, sorry, we put slabs there. And then just prettying it up. And there we go. We've now got access on both sides. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going around all of these edges, all the edges, with stone brick stairs. And then, of course, they're going to be upside down. And then I'll just use one of these for now, but that's where the nether brick stairs will be. And then we'll be able to build in all of the details for our windows and then put in the stone brick slabs. Oh, well, the smooth stone slabs. If that all makes sense. So, yeah, that's going to be something I'm going to be working on. But yeah, I think I'll time-lapse myself doing this. Okay guys, I'm going to leave it there. Sorry it's been a very talky episode. And I didn't get as much done as I did in the last episode, obviously. But it's coming along. Check it out. You're really starting to get like the feel for the height of it now and what it's going to look like when it's completely built up. You will be able to see roof up to the top of the 3rd level if everything goes according to plan. So you'll be able to see roof up to where the top of those will be, except you won't be seeing those, the building changes shape. But yeah, this is starting to give myself even a lot of a feel for what it's going to look like. Now, I am making the ceiling different in the second floor versus the first, simply just because it's a slightly more awkward build with the concrete blocks sitting a bit further back than the external detail blocks. So all under these stairs is the concrete. So we needed to cover that up in a way that looked pretty without shortening the ceiling too much, because otherwise these archways would just, they already look a bit stumpy. They'd look even worse if we had to lower the ceiling anymore. So I think we're going to leave it at that. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out. And I did not realize that I'd accidentally made creeper faces above those doorways. Oh well, I like it. So yeah, rambling on. I am definitely out of time now. So, as always, if you like the video, then hit that like button. And if you like my channel, then please subscribe. You can find me on Facebook and Twitter. Links will be down in the description below. And I will see you all next time. Bye!